Some players are natural people pleasers, always smiling, always shaking hands, always loved by everyone. Others are a little bit more reserved and quiet, keeping their circles small. And then there are the players of this video, the ones who didn't want friends, didn't want attention, and sometimes didn't even want people near them. In today's video, let's check out the most antisocial champions in tennis history. Number 4. Jimmy Connors. In the 70s and 80s, tennis players used to be very friendly between each other, traveling and socializing together between tournaments. Jimmy Connors, not so much. Most guys on the tour absolutely hated him, but for Connors, tennis was war. He wasn't there to make any friends, and he stayed completely separate of groups of players inside the tour, earning a reputation of being confrontational and rude. Players like McEnroe and others openly called him an asshole, and for the majority of tennis fans, he was quite the villain. With obscene gestures and huge outbursts, he definitely had a big impact on tennis, making it edgier and more polarizing. Number 3. Robin Soderling. The man who produced the biggest shock in tennis history. The first man ever to beat Nadal at Roland Garros. A popular win by a back then not so popular player in the tour. This explanation by Nadal in 2007 is quite revealing.
Es un chico que se extraña, porque yo le he saludado a lo mejor, si te digo 7 veces desde que estoy aquí en el circuito a él, hola a la cara y no contestarme nunca, pues es cierto y yo lo digo totalmente en serio. Pero no, lo he preguntado a otros jugadores y no solo conmigo, es con muchos, ¿no? Y después en la pista se ha visto lo que ha hecho, ¿no?
One thing is being an introvert and another being bad-mannered. In this case, it seems to be the second one. Number 2. Thomas Muster. If there's a player that genuinely didn't want any friends on tour, that was Thomas Muster. Players described him as isolated and unapproachable. He was known to be very intense on the court and having quite an insane work ethic. He wasn't there to hang out with players, he was there to beat them. And he did very well doing so, winning one French Open and reaching the world number 1, and an absolute nightmare clay court opponent in the 90s. Number 1. Marcelo Rios. I made a more in-depth video on this player not so long ago in the channel, but this man, despite being the first Latin American player to reach the world number 1, and despite being one of the greatest natural talents, and having one of the smoothest game styles ever, his personality off the court was quite uncommon. Imagine how much attention from the media he received when he reached the world number 1. Well, the guy wanted absolutely none of it. He barely spoke to any media, at times being very rude and mean to them, and also other players described him as arrogant and rude. He rarely spoke, he rarely smiled, and if he did say something, it was usually sarcastic or insulting. Press conferences with him were quite a disaster, and with fans, he didn't seem to care much about them either. There's a lot of stories of him ignoring crowds, refusing autographs, and him showing zero interest in interacting with fans. Without a doubt, he earns the crown of being the most antisocial number 1 in tennis history. So that was it for today's video, a proof that you don't need to be social to be a champion. If you enjoyed the video and would like to enjoy more original tennis content of this style, hit the subscribe button and that way you will know when I upload future videos like this one. All of that said, I hope you have a wonderful day and that I can see you in my next video. Peace!